What's up, guys? We are Chotto Latte. My name's Aviv.
I'm Marie.
And today we're going to be watching Frieren episode 4.
But first,
Chotto Mate.
Get your lattes.
And join us as we continue Frieren.
大魔法使いフランメンの著書か。清掃の仕事引き受けるよ。その魔導書偽物ですよね。言われた通り勉強しているね。
oh, wow.
フランメの著書に本物なし。の悪い偽物だ。どうして引き受けたのですか？困ってる人がいるみたいだったからね。ただの善意とは思えません。そうだね。これは自分のためだ。長い滞在になりそうですね。
As always. That's how she sleeps.
She just left the book on her face all night.
All night, yeah. Oh, I love that face.
It's cute. Oh my gosh.
I don't think she's awake. Oh.
It's like elderly care.
Yeah. Good point. Only once?
In 10 years.
Yeah, now it's warm.
I'm loving her expressions.
この村では新年祭の日に透き通るような光が反射して、もう綺麗なんだってさ。フリーレン様は見なかったのですか？起きれると思う？
That's right.
それもそうですね。
Whoa. Nice.
なんとか前日までに間に合ったね。
Wow.
Yeah, how is so clean now? Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty.
正気ですか？太陽が昇る前に起きるんですか？不可能でございます。
It's impossible.
から大丈夫だよ。
Oh.
だから見て確かめるんだ。
Interesting.
よくわかりません。そうだね。
来なかったんだ。フリーレン、アイターなんてショックのあまり寝込んでしまった。
Oh no.
かわいそう。
酒の飲みすぎでダウンしているだけだぞ。
みんなは行けたんだからただの日の出でしょ。楽しめるとは思えないけど。
楽しめるね。
どうして？
君はそういうやつだからだ。
Couldn't do it.
寝てる。起きてください。新年祭遅れますよ。誰だ？
I wonder who Freeren's mom is.
Are we gonna see that eventually?
Sure, we'll learn something about her eventually.
早起きしてまで見るものじゃないな。
Really? I would
私のこ
go.
と分かってないな。とても綺麗ですね。そうかな。ただの日の出だよ。少し楽しそうです。私一人じゃ当たり前です。
For sure.
一人じゃ起きられませんからね。
ご家族ですか？昔の話だ。人は死んだらに行くんですよ。
数千年前までも無に帰るってか。ドワーフは今の人類の魔法技術じゃ実在を証明できないんだよね。
いいと思うけどな。そうですね。生臭坊主。
でも実在しなかったとしても、なぜだ？
三昧していると思った方がいいじゃないですか。
遊びに来たよ。
She's here to hang out.
10年ぶりとは思う。
たった30年でしょ。
Wow.
そうだな。
How old is he now?
Right?
まさかお前が、いやまだ早いぞ。
なんで知っているの？
文通をしていたからな。
Oh.
顔にね。
お前が
Nice.
そっけなさすぎるんだ。
懐かしいね。
どれだけ前なんだ。
原始時代でしょうか。さすがにそこまで長いよ。探し物って？
フランメの手記だ。ファイターが生徒に残された割り出した場所だ。
生臭坊主め、そこまで調べていたのか。
I don't put respect on that man's name.
いくらでもあるのか。
Oh.
まあね、普段が嫌がるから早めに終わらせよう。
だが、お前は人の時間を。
Oh.
だってフェルン怖いんだよ。
そうか。
Oh, wow. What? Eh?
Is he running on water?
Yeah.
30年前のあの日、お前はヒンメルを知っておけばと口にした。あの言葉はヒンメルに
Oh.
大魔法記録が残っているとされている。
会いたいとは思っていない。
どんな魔法も初めはそれにヒンメルのことを理解しているだろうから助けしたかった。
Oh, that's nice, friends.
私は先生の手のひら。
Is this a spell?
頼りない留守番だね。
そうでもねえさ。
Wait, what? Oh, this lady.
こいつが成長すればこの場所を守り続ける。
先生死んでるでしょ。
Oh,
だがお
it's
前
her
は違う。
sensei.
お前はいつか大きな過ちを犯し、
Oh.
知ってほしいの先生。かまってちゃう。
知らねえよ。その時はここに帰ってフランメ様が。
Oh, that's Flan.
Oh, wow. That was her.
Hmm.
フランメの式。
Must be,
なぜ
right?
わかるの？
フランメの一番でした。
大魔法使いフランメって大昔の英雄ですよね。原始時代から生きているんじゃ。
死者との対話についての
ページが開かれている。
Oh.
1000年も前から分かっていたのか。相変わらず嫌味なやつだ。
天国と呼ぶ場所、オレオールにたどり着いた。魂が集まる場所で、私はかつての戦友たちと
What?
この世紀の
研究を飛躍的に進歩させるだろう。真実なのでしょうか。さあね、だから。
天国はある。都合がいいだろう。
Aw.
そうだね。エンデ、魔王城がある場所だ。
Interesting how it's called End.
Right.
フレと話すんだ。俺を手伝ってくれるんだろう。
悪知恵をつけたね。
ファイターのおかげだな。
For sure.
でめちゃくちゃ寒いんだよ。
She hates the cold, huh?
行きたくないなぁ。めげ始めている。
Yeah.
眠ってしまいました。
Doesn't she have a spell to like heat up her body or something?
I keep it warm.
大陸の最北端だ。それに
It's all the way up north. For sure, it's gonna be more cold.
Yeah.
フリーレン様。ダメか。
いい師匠か。
でしょうか。よくわかりません。振り回されてばかりです。
Her face.
ヒンメル様たちを知ろうとする興味があるようですが、私を弟子にしたのはハイター様との約束。
No.
そうか。
誕生日にプレゼントをくれるようになったんです。興味なさそうなのに。
フリーレン、君はオートには乗っ
旅を続けるよ。
一人でか？
話し相手がいた方がいい。
あんな無駄だからね。いろいろ教えてもすぐ死んじゃう。
その関係はそういうものじゃない。
私の人生の100分の1にも満たない。アイセンならわかるでしょ。
話はなし。飲みましょう。
酒を飲む理由が欲しいだけだね。
バレましたか。お前はいつも飲んでるだろうが。
坊主。
Ah, he remembers that.
師匠だ。
そうですね。
That's nice.
I love that.
He had an answer for his own question.
Yeah.
君は覚えているが。
まずはビレ地方。
10年かかった。
Wow.
そうか。
So he's saying it took them 10 years to get
Get
there.
there.
So by the time she gets there with Fern, she's gonna be like probably over 20.
More than that.
Well, she's gonna be in her 20s, I think.
Yeah, like mid
たった10
20s.
年の冒険だよ。
10 years from that point. It's interesting like how long she's lived and she's only finding out a lot of these details now. Do you know what I mean? Like with her sensei that was Flame, she was able to find that book
Right.
1,000 years later. But
Yes.
like why, like you would think she lives so long, like hasn't she pondered a lot of these things at some point? Like when looking for answers?
Right.
I'm wondering, like, okay, so it seems very focused on her 10-year journey, but what about the 990 plus other years? Like, it's interesting because like the whole story seems to be really centered on like her most recent journey, which was 10 years, right? So she's going around doing all these things and she's almost like reliving her past 10 years, right? Well, I mean, this is now about 30 years after Himmel died. So she's living the 10 years, reliving the 10 years journey, but with like Fern kind of, right? So she's going to a lot of those same spots.
Yeah, like a redo, right?
Right. So I wonder, like, now obviously, you know, this is a limited story. In order to tell a good story, it might be difficult to cover so many years and give all those details.
Yeah,
I guess my only question is, like, why is she just looking into a lot of the details now rather than before? Like, what was she doing before? Was she also going and having journeys with other people and going back and reliving it? Or was it just that this journey that she had with, you know, Himmel, Heiter, and Eisen, was it just the best journey that she ever had or the most successful one? And then she just wants to, you know, continue venturing about and kind of relive those experiences just for like old time's sakes. Like, I'm not too clear on that, but
I see.
Yeah.
I think that's a good question. I feel like from the current party, I think that was the trigger for Frieren to think about how she viewed before. That's why she thinks something that she wouldn't do usually, but like this time, maybe I should try. Maybe I should do something different. It's really related to Himmel's death. That part is like really
impacted
I
her.
feel like it's really showing.
Yeah.
And that definitely like changed for Frieren how she views things these days after like his death.
Like she's finally changing after 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And mainly because of that most recent journey.
I feel like she's like actually trying.
Yeah, so then I think the answer is maybe this previous journey that she had was the most like impactful for her character in a way.
Yeah.
Like it kind of set her on the path to be more curious about people and maybe change a lot of like the mentalities that she had. Like for example, during that flashback, she said she wouldn't bring a mage with her, like become friends. I don't remember exactly the phrase, but it was like she wouldn't become friends with someone and teach them magic because then they'll just die.
Like,
something like that.
She says like that's a wasting
It's
time.
a means to an end is what how she kind of looks at it. Like, oh, it's just going to, if you live by that mentality, then what's the point of making friends? What's the point of doing anything?
Yeah.
You know, because all living things die. And that's kind of what's interesting, I think, about the show is that she's just immortal. So it's hard for her to see things the way that normal people do. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why Himmel's death was really triggered to her. Like something I want to know.
Throughout
like,
the course of the story. I don't think it's going to be one day you're going to get an answer for it. It's they're showing it to us through all the flashbacks. So there's all these like interactions that she had with Himmel and maybe how he understood her, right? So there was that one instance where they were in like the cabin and she woke up late, right? Everyone was like kind of pissed at her and he was like, it's okay or something, right? Like he was more understanding than the remaining party. I think that's maybe what it's attributed to is that like he had understood her very well.
You think because of Himmel's character?
Yeah, I think his character, his compassion for her, maybe a lot of humans didn't really attempt to understand her. What I'm realizing is that like Eisen and like Heiter, they kind of just like criticize, you know, they're friends, right? But they give her like friendly like criticisms. They're like, oh, I don't quite understand why you think that way. Whereas what I'm realizing is that Himmel seems to be more compassionate and understanding. He gave her that indication that he knows her, right? Remember when she saw the sunrise? He was like, oh, well, you don't quite know me that well, right? Because I actually didn't think it's that great. And I thought this was kind of what was happening was, you know, one of the best things about seeing a sunrise, yes, sunrises are beautiful, but often the people that you're with have great expressions.
Right.
And I think that's maybe what Frieren felt in that moment because she was like, oh, it's not that great. And then she turned over and looked at Fern and saw her enjoyment. Right. And so I think exactly. It's just yet another instance where she's trying to understand humans. Like she's kind of stuck in her ways, but then she's referring to her experience with Himmel, how he understood her, and then she's kind of shaping her mindset and saying like, oh, maybe I should try to understand others.
I definitely can see that. Yeah.
One more thing is just that I'm anticipating now because we're seeing the beginning of the journey to end it. For her to, I guess, talk to Himmel and Oriola. I guess it's kind of a very similar journey as what they had during the 10 years, but rather than to go defeat the Demon King, they're going to go learn more about the land of the souls and stuff, right?
Right, like heaven.
So she's probably gonna meet new comrades, take them along the way.
Yeah,
who knows what who knows what the end game is at that point. I figure she'll probably like visit Himmel's soul. Like she's gonna continue thinking about their journeys and she's gonna visit Himmel's soul and like thank him. She's gonna break down crying and like thank him and say like, I didn't realize how much you taught me, but because of you, I've learned to appreciate humans a lot more. I learned so much about myself on this journey. Right?
So you think actually she's gonna see it, like his soul?
I don't know, actually. I mean, I'm assuming that.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, it would be a very emotional scene.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm assuming that if, you know, her sensei said like, oh, this exists, and like she said, yeah, it's legit, and she put it here for me to see. If she didn't say that, she thought that. But like, if that's the case, then I'm
should be there,
based
right?
on, you know, just following that line of thought, what kind of conversation are they gonna have? Well, I think Frieren throughout her journey is just going to be more and more appreciative, and she's going to come to terms with the fact that Himmel was a guiding force for her. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel if you're not yet subscribed, and let us know what you thought about this episode in the comments down below. See you next time for more Frieren. See ya.
Bet you'd like one of these videos.